back to the channel. Today's a very exciting video for me. I have not been on camera, first of all, in months probably, at least on the YouTube channel. For reasons, I guess. I've been behind the camera doing a lot of other things, but today I had to be on the camera because this video is very special to me, and I definitely wanted to make an appearance for it. So the other day I attended an online virtual UFO conference. Now, I've watched hours and hours of these kinds of events on YouTube. This one I couldn't attend in person, and nobody could, but that's okay because it was still one of the most interesting events of any kind that I've ever been a part of, and I'm never going to forget it. What made it truly special was the fact that I had the honor and privilege of speaking with Luis Elizondo, the former head of ATIP, the Pentagon's UFO program. I had questions prepared for Mr. Elizondo, just in case anybody beat me to the punch. So I had a few that were lined up already, and somebody did, in a way, ask the question I was going to ask. Worded very differently, but it still led to the same result, still took the same road, still started the same conversation that I was looking to create with my particular question. So I had to think quickly, because I had, 5 or 6 of them typed up, and I was in Discord with Zio, and I'm like, man, I gotta figure out which one to ask, or should I just come up with a new one? And it finally came down to me. It was my turn, and I just went for it. I asked Mr. Elizondo if he could speak on crash retrievals of extraterrestrial vehicles that may have occurred prior to Roswell. What spurred me into asking this question is this new book that's out called Trinity, the Best Kept Secret. I will leave a link in the description if you want to take a look at the book yourself. I've already ordered it. There's a lot of very, very interesting information in it, and proof, evidence, hard evidence that something crashed in New Mexico in 1945, 2 full years before Roswell. As you'll see in the clip I'm about to play for you, Mr. Elizondo spoke about a crash retrieval that may have occurred in Italy in 1930 under the rule of Benito Mussolini. I was unaware of this. I had heard rumors that there may have been incidents that occurred prior to Roswell, but to hear an official that worked for the Pentagon basically confirm the validity and reality of such a notion is ground shaking, to say the least. There's a lot of information that I would love to cover in this video, but I just don't know if I'm going to have time to do it. There's so much that's come out. There's something leaking every day. Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp put out radar data. I mean, it's very hard to keep track of everything right now, and I'm doing my best. It's getting to the point where I really may have to stick with doing some of these daily update videos where I'm not even on camera and I'm just scrolling through Reddit and just going through articles or showing you guys videos or photos that have been taken just so you guys can stay up to date. I don't mind being the person that helps you do that because this is very exciting and we're all on this ride together, but it's not easy. It's a bigger story than any other story there is. We are in the midst of what appears to be some kind of revolution. I always thought that it would be something that forced the powers that be to come clean about this topic. I didn't think it was going to come from within necessarily, and I know that there have always been people that were fighting to get the truth out over the years, but I didn't necessarily think we would get to where we are now the way we have, and it's exciting. I'm on the lookout for new information every day. I'm scouring Reddit. That's probably the best source. Twitter too. But if you want to get caught up on any of this stuff, that's where to go. I'm thinking about putting together a video that has like a timeline of events, just so you guys can get up to speed, especially if you're new to this topic and want to get the download on everything. And special shout out to Jay from Project Unity, because he's somebody that I watch very, very often, and I got to actually have an extended conversation with him. Just a kind, intelligent, overall amazing human being to be around. It was an absolute pleasure to meet him. And shout out to Richard Dolan and Luis Elizondo also. You guys are amazing. I really, really appreciate the fact that you guys let us ask our questions the way that we did. It was an honor and a pleasure even being in your presence, honestly. This was the observation deck. If you attended that event, tell me in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I'm sure we possibly brushed shoulders with each other or we spoke. So now that I've rambled on long enough, because that's usually what I do when I make YouTube videos, here's the footage of me speaking with Mr. Luis Elizondo about UFO crash retrievals that may have occurred prior to Roswell. Thank you for watching the video today. If you enjoyed it, leave a like if you could. It's greatly appreciated. I encourage you to subscribe and hit the bell too. I'm going to be trying to update you guys as much as I can about everything that's going on with UAPs and anything that's out of the ordinary, honestly. If you want to get in contact with me, if you have footage, if you have any stories you would like to share and are okay with me putting it up on the channel, you can contact me through any of my social media. All the links are in the description if you want to get a hold of me. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next.
And there was another gentleman who's going to jump in.
Yeah, that's me, Thomas Thompson up front.
Thomas, go right ahead.
Mr. Elizondo, thanks for being with us today. Quickly, can you speak on any knowledge you may have on the alleged crash retrieval of any object that may predate Roswell? Recently, this was investigated by Jacques Vallée, and he released a new book entitled Trinity, the Best Kept Secret. I'm just curious if you have anything you'd like to add as far as incidents that may have occurred that predate Roswell or any of the more famous incidents.
Look, it's not
Great
just
question.
the U.S. There's a very interesting memorandum that was written by Mussolini on an alleged crash in Italy.
Wow.
In the 1930s, and I won't go into a whole lot of detail, but we're looking into that quite a bit. Working with
The Italian researcher Roberto Pinotti did a lot of research on that, and honestly, to me, it looks very good.
It absolutely does.
Looks very
very
good.
Compelling. So
Yeah.
It's. I'm not surprised. How about that?
Yeah. Thank you, Lou.